Man, I was this close to trading in my pride and joy, my 2018 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited JL for a Jeep Gladiator, but I didn't. Ultimately, I didn't, and we're gonna go over the reasons why I didn't in this video. Let's jump right into it. And it's kind of toasty up in here, but what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeffrey. We do videos on this 2018 Jeep Wrangler JL. We take it off-roading, we have a good time, and we do a lot of lifestyle videos alongside the Project Corvette on the channel and the Mustang GT. So if you're interested in any of this type of content, check out my channel. But in today's video, we are talking about why in the world did I decide to keep this Jeep Wrangler JL and not get the Gladiator. I already did a video when I first bought this Jeep talking about why I got the Jeep over the Gladiator. But if you're like me, you go through cars kind of a lot, and I did think about it. It came up multiple times. Should I trade this in, get a Gladiator, do a different build? I was honestly like this close to doing it, but it really came down to one big reason that ultimately I decided to not trade in this Jeep. Now, one of the main reasons why I wanted to get the Gladiator was obviously the back, the bed of the Gladiator. It's just, you just have more volume than you do inside of the Jeep. And even though when I first bought this, I honestly liked having the back hatch to it, and I still do, just for privacy's sake. You can still put stuff back here and people can't see what's back here, just stock for stock. Versus inside of the Gladiator, you do have to buy the cab over, otherwise you can just, people can just see what's, you know, in the bed of your truck. And I still think that is true, because when we first moved, I moved all of our stuff from our apartment to the house. Not all of it, but like a lot of stuff inside of this Jeep. And it was cool because I was able to load it up at night and just left it in there overnight, and then in the morning drove it over here, just because of no one could see in the back, especially with the back windows and everything being tinted out. It was perfect, and I was able to stack everything up super high. There is actually a lot of volume in here, and you know, that is really cool. And then also, like I said many times on my channel, when we took the cross-country road trip inside of the Jeep, it performed great. We had us in the front, I had another passenger in the back, I had our two big Huskies in the back of the Jeep, and loaded stuff on top. We had just a ton of stuff in this Jeep, and this thing performed great on that long road trip. And we had plenty of room for all of us. I mean, it got a little bit cramped because we did have to pack some stuff inside the back seats and everything, but we did a straight cross-country road trip. We did that twice with this thing, and there was plenty of room. So it's not that there's a lack of room. Honestly, the main reasons why I was thinking about trading this guy in was for road trips, and was for doing cross-country road trips and doing long haul runs, because that's really what I want this Jeep to be. The whole build on this Jeep was to be able to go across country, go overlanding, do camping, and do everything like that. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of people choose to use Gladiators as a platform. You get the benefits of having a Jeep, and also the benefits of having a truck, a mid-sized truck, or yeah, I guess I would say a mid-sized truck. You have the whole truck bed. And I was thinking about it. I did invest a good amount of money into my Jeep build currently right now. The crazy done. I do have just the 3.5-inch Rubicon Express lift on it, the upgraded tires on it, just a couple other things, but this is still just a Jeep Sport. So I was thinking if I was going to do it, it would have been a good time to upgrade to either a Sahara, or if I could find a Rubicon Gladiator. I did think about doing that, and that honestly would have been a nicer route if I wanted to upgrade, because I do want that disconnecting sway bar and having some front and rear lockers. That would actually be great, because I do take my Jeep off-road. I take my Jeep off-road a lot, and you know, it would be nice to have those extra features. But even with that in mind, the main reason why I truly decided to not trade in the Jeep was because of what's underneath the hood. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love this 2-liter turbo that's inside of this Jeep, and they don't offer it inside of the Gladiator. I understand why. That engine is not meant to tow anything. That is not a towing engine, and putting That instead of the Gladiator probably wouldn't make the most sense. With the Gladiator, you still need to be able to tow and have a payload capacity. So I do get it. So they only offer the 3.6 liter Pentastar engine, the old tried and tested engine, and then the Eco Diesel is what they offer inside of the Gladiator. They don't offer the 2 liter turbo, and honestly, I did a review on the 2 liter turbo, which you can see that'll be linked down below. I love this engine. I didn't think I was going to, but I honestly love it. It has performed great. It is fairly quick, especially with these 35s on here and with the stock gear ratio. I'm still like, this thing's moving. When you need it to move, it moves. And I think it's peppy. I love the way it performs. I love how, you know, I get decent gas mileage with it. I don't really have anything against the Pentastar, but it's just, I do know to get that thing, it makes its power just higher up inside the rev range, and I've just gotten used to the way that this engine performs. And if there was a 2 liter turbo that you could get for the Gladiator, even if it was a reduced towing capacity, I probably would have traded it in. But honestly, I really like the 2 liter turbo. Now, obviously, no Jeep is going to be a race car unless you get the 392, but no Jeep is going to be a race car from the factory. I don't intend for this to be a race car, don't want this to be quick or anything like that. We have other cars for that. But I still like the capability of this engine. Even this e-torque system, at first I didn't like the e-torque system because I thought it was too abrasive when it would cut on and off, and I thought it kind of like jerked you forward too much. Now, honestly, I'm just gotten used to it. But Jeffrey, how come you didn't want to get the Eco Diesel? You would be right. I did think about getting the Eco Diesel, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, living inside of LA, I just didn't want to have to deal with always trying to find a diesel gas pump. And then also for doing long trips as well, because I remember there was times before when we had to stop and get gas in the middle of nowhere, and it was at nighttime. Like literally, I remember a couple times when we did have to stop and get gas overnight. And usually whenever we go, we usually go like out of the like main highways. We do a lot of like, if we go a lot of times whenever we go somewhere or we're going like a long trip, we do like the non-toll roads. So a lot of times we're just like literally just on like these crazy back road country roads. I just didn't want to have to worry about trying to find a diesel gas pump in the middle of nowhere. And I know we can carry extra fuel with us, but that's just one of those other things I just didn't want to have to worry about. And then also the fact of having to worry about the diff fluid, even being inside of LA, I just didn't want to have to deal with trying to find, you know, pumps that just have diesel. I just didn't want to have to deal with it. It would be cool. I think the Eco Diesel is honestly like a cool engine and everything like that, but for it to be my main daily, I just didn't want to have to deal with it. Overall though, it would be cool to have the Gladiator just to have extra room. Could get like a bed cap and everything like that. It would be really cool just to do a new build on something different. But when it came down to it, I love this engine too much, and honestly I've bonded with my Jeep too much as well. So at least for right now, I don't think I'm going to do it. If there's a different engine choice down the line, maybe, but in the meantime I'm still just enjoying this Jeep Wrangler JL, and it's just been a blast. But if you guys want to know, check out this video right here. This is my review of the 2 liter turbo that's inside of this Jeep Wrangler JL. Check that video out. We'll see you on the next one.